All right, today I'm going to go over the close grip bench press, some of the simple things that, in my opinion, get overlooked. Simple not being stupid, but simple being very effective. So, step number one, there is only one thing that's touching the ground, or should be touching the ground, and that is your feet, okay? If at all possible, we don't want the heels up. I want the heels down because we're contracting our glutes into the floor. If the feet are moving, one thing we know for sure is that the shoulders will be unstable. And the reason why is because whatever happens to this hip, right, will transfer into this shoulder in terms of stability and movement. Right? That's why we have opposition when we run and so on. So we want to drive into the ground, outward pressure, right? Knees shouldn't be in, knees are out. I'm flexed out, almost like I'm squatting, okay? My rib cage should not be pitched open on the press. The rib cage should be down, okay, in line with, again, here's an example. I don't want to be here, I want to be here. Rib cage is in line with the torso, okay, the hip girdle, okay? And then we're going to talk about the position of the bones determining the function of the muscles. So if we're talking close grip, we are not talking here. The hands are inside the elbows, okay? And now you've changed the orientation of the humerus with an internal rotation, which turns and activates and does all these sort of things we don't want to do in a close grip position. Okay, close grip is set based on your anatomy. Okay, if I'm like this, my hands are in line with my elbow, in line with my humeral head, this bone right here. We want everything in alignment. I want my hand in line with this because then that maximally stretches the triceps over this joint right here. And if I rotate it, I've taken tension off of it. If I externally rotate, it does the same thing. It creates a shrug, okay? So, you're gonna hear some of these similar sort of things to the bench press. Anchor my feet, neutral, okay, rib cage over hip girdle here. Elbows are in line with hand and shoulder joint, best we can. Like I don't wanna be here, I'm still pretty relaxed, because again, if I'm in a good stable thoracic position, like real strong and not curled up or really opened up, because I'm in this good neutral stable position, the elbows and shoulders can glide and drive through that plane of movement, okay? So again, we want to keep our hands in line with the elbows, in line with the shoulders the best we can. And you'll find that here with the straight bar, right? You know, my hands are turned outward like this, okay? Now you can have some other bars that are like the football bar or whatever you want to call them, the bench press bars, where you can change the angle of those hands. Also very, very helpful, right? As long as we don't get into this position when we press. Always keep in mind, shoulders are poison for the ears, okay? Always keep those shoulder blades down in the back pocket as we drive through. The second thing I want you to take note of as well is, if I'm extended in this bar like this, okay, I don't want to drop this bar straight to my chest. To do that, I create rotation of the humerus to allow this position to take place. Instead, as my lats are flexed down, my elbow, it should feel like a string, is pulling my elbow down to here, okay? So that bar actually gets down, so if we look at your sternum, okay, at the bottom of the sternum, you should have a flexible piece of cartilage right there. Right, there's this little flexible pocket. That's essentially where the bar is going to end up going, okay? Because I'm not trying to bring this to this. I'm trying to keep my forearm vertical throughout the entire range of motion, okay? That is, again, it's close grip bench press is, it's not inappropriately named, it's just closer than the normal bench press, which is going to be just a bit wider, okay? So we kind of want to compact you a little bit, right? Just like we would guard, we're really stable here because now we have serratus and lat support. And that allows us to keep the arms down here and press and stretch out that tricep. We don't want to fold back like a French press. Drive those elbows down, extend extend the tricep out without really reaching and protruding that rib cage. So that is a close grip bench press.